have faith. He lives in you. He lives in me. He watches over everything we see. Into the waters, into the truth, in your reflection, he lives in you. Free, and a voice in the wind whispers, I am a Miller. Wait, there's no mountain too great. Hear these words and have faith. He lives in you. He lives in me. He watches over everything we see. Into the water, into the truth, in your reflection, he lives in you. his words and have faith. He lives in you. He lives in me. He watches over everything we see. Into the water, into the truth, the spirit of life calling. Mamela, and a voice with the fear of a child answered, I am Mamela. too great. Hear these words and have faith. He lives in you. He lives in me. He watches over everything we see. Into the water, into the truth, in your reflection, he lives in you.
Well, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome again to Election Central. On today's Sunday, March 28th. I tell you what, we had promised last week after we entertained a crew from the CPP camp on Alexander's Cummings suitability and electability. We had promised to bring in the Unity Party crew today in today's edition of Election Central. But in our negotiation, they urged us that they would like to come next week. This weekend is Memorial holiday in the United States, and most families are traveling out. The lead guy in the group, Josh Lobo, urged that we move the appearance 1 week further since he will not be home this weekend, and that's fine. So we moved that further. So our principal theme for today is a discussion of what is trending in Liberia, the nomination or the selection of the standard bearer candidate for the CPP in the person of Charlyne Brumskine. So today we're going to talk about Charlyne Brumskine. Who is she? What does she bring to the ticket in terms of electability? And what is her level of readiness to govern Liberia? Say should her group win the presidency and she's the vice president. So we'll delve into a little more detail about that and bring some historical information also about the Liberty Party and her daddy. And also the election numbers, considering that the voters registration has been completed. At least we have an idea what the voting numbers are. But first, our pre-show, as we promised, the new customs of our pre-show today, we'll deal with Asylum Matar. There have been some controversies surrounding Asylum Matar since the signing of a concession agreement with the government of Liberia since 2005. As I speak to you, there are a couple of controversies still breeding. In fact, one of them this week, citizens of Bassa blocked the operational facility at Asylum Matar in Bikano. And they made some claims that they want Asylum Matar address. We'll go into the detail of that. But to start today's program, what I would like us to start with will be an introduction from Asylum Matar herself, so we have an idea who is this company that took over the facility that was once owned and operated Alamco. So let's look at the Asylum Matar story.
My name is Antônio Carlos Maria. I am CEO at ArcelorMittal Liberia. Welcome to the Tokadi mine, the ArcelorMittal mine in Liberia.
ArcelorMittal was the first large business to invest in post-war Liberia when in 2005 we signed the Mineral Development Agreement with the Liberian government, enabling us to initiate our iron ore mining project in the country. Since then, other companies, large and small, have followed our lead, providing more job opportunities and economic stability throughout the country. Rich bodies of iron ore in the mountains will be mined over the 25-year life of the Mineral Development Agreement. The ArcelorMittal Liberia workforce, including contractors, stands at over 2,000 employees in Liberia, distributed into its 4 locations of Yekepa, Green Hill, Buchanan, and Monrovia. The mine. The mountain Tokade is one massive heap of high-quality iron ore and is situated near the town of Yekepa. The chemical properties of the ore are tested at the advanced laboratory to ensure that strict customer requirements are met. The sand-like ore is loaded onto trucks with front-end loaders, which take the iron ore from the mountain down to the crusher plant at the stockpile area. The Liberian operation has a budget of 4 million tons per annum of direct shipped ore, DSO, to deliver during 2013, with a Phase 2 expansion goal of 15 million tons by 2015. We have begun implementing Phase 2, whereby the expansion to 15 million tons per annum will require investment in a concentrator plant, which means the total project capital expenditure will be $1.5 billion US. Railway. The Liberia Mining Project was ArcelorMittal's first greenfield mining project. Many challenges had to be overcome before mining operations could begin. We restored around 240 kilometers of railway to allow for iron ore transportation between the Tokade mining area and the port of Buchanan. The rail construction projects completed included the reballast of tracks, rail replacement, cross-tie replacement, refurbishing of all bridges, culvert replacement, and access road construction. At the port stockpile area, the wagons are emptied with excavators into hoppers that discharge onto conveyor belts. The ore is dumped in an undercover stockpile area. Because of the high rainfall experienced in Liberia, it is important that the ore stays covered and dry. During the dry months, to mitigate the slowdown in shipment due to Liberia's heavy rainy months, transshipment is done, where the ore is loaded in a smallest transshipment vessel, and it takes up to 3 loads to fill up to the 200,000 tons ocean-going vessel that transport the ore to its final destination. ArcelorMittal's first shipment to leave Liberia for Asturias in northern Spain was September 23, 2011, and the launch was attended by President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. In Liberia, we aim to achieve our production targets through safe mining and hence promote Liberia's growth by observing ArcelorMittal Liberia's top priorities. Safety, our first priority, defines all we do at ArcelorMittal Liberia. Our mantra is safety first, always. Ownership, priority number 2, states, we believe that every employee is a stakeholder and should feel belonging to the business. Accompanying this, every employee takes ownership of our individual responsibilities in serving and building the company. Development. ArcelorMittal Liberia employees are our human capital investment. We support individual employees' endeavors to developing their skills and competencies in order to activate company growth and fulfill our aspiration of world-class performance. We are committed to developing the human resource base of the Liberian nation in partnership with the communities in which we are located. Stakeholders. We respect our diversity and interests of all of our stakeholders. We aim to win their full credibility and exceed their expectations by delivering on promises and continuous high-quality communication. Journey to Zero. ArcelorMittal aims to achieve 0 lost time incidents at each of our operations to become the safest steel and mining company in the world. Community. Schools for educating our children. In 2005 and 2006, in line with the MDA, we took over 4 Yekipa schools from the Liberian government to run as our own school system. To date, we have an enrollment of 1,258 students in the ArcelorMittal school system, as well as 42 teachers and staff members. Hospitals and clinics. We reopened 2 hospitals in Yekipa and Buchanan to provide medical care to our staff at no cost and to local residents at nominal fees. These hospitals will be vital to ensuring that our employees have access to high-quality medicine and that our surrounding communities have proper health care. A health clinic was run in the villages of Makinto and Seyige in November. The medical team was able to provide much-needed medical resources to these communities, treating 520 patients over 6 days. The health team completed its indoor residual spraying in Buchanan, and 1,400 structures in our concession areas were sprayed with a chemical that helps protect households from malaria for up to 9 months. Water pumps. One of our most necessary projects has been the installation of hand pumps and wells. This not only enables access to clean water for communities, many of whom have never had access to potable water, it also ensures that residents will not have to cross railroad tracks or hazardous mining areas to reach a water source. In 2012, we constructed 47 hand pumps and wells. At a June inauguration of 8 new wells in Nimba County, one village leader remarked, "You have given us life by giving us water, because water is life." Theater. With the reopened theater in Yekipa, we would like to give children and the community exposure to arts and culture. Environment. ArcelorMittal is committed to making steel more sustainable in all aspects of its production, and our Liberia mining project has presented unique environmental challenges at the very origin of steel manufacturing. The most easily accessible ore seams are found in the Nimba mountain range, renowned for its biodiversity and high levels of endemic species. Our focus is safe mining, promoting Liberia's growth, and through the key priorities that we have set for our Liberia organization: safety, ownership, development, and stakeholders, we will achieve our goal of a world-class organization, transforming tomorrow for Liberia and its people.
Well, I'll tell you what, a good intro of ArcelorMittal. I think it's about as old as the concession. It probably developed around the Ellen Johnson administration, so say 2026, 2027, and roundabout. But a lot has happened since then. A lot has happened since then. So we're going to go into the reason why every now and then there's this bitter relationship between ArcelorMittal and the communities where they operate. Suffice to say that in many of the other concessions, there have also been issues. We in one of our programs, we talk about concessions. We talk about the issue with Sindabi and how they have folded up or sold their assets to a smaller company, and many other concessions that were signed during the Ellen period that have encountered all kinds of controversy. And this is some of the worst things that will happen to any investor, to put in that much money in concession, especially for mining and agriculture, long-term investment. And every day you have to deal with local people who have issues. Let's see why is it that ArcelorMittal, in spite of hiring more than 2,000 people, contributing significantly to the revenue base, there's still that negative sentiment about ArcelorMittal. So ArcelorMittal inherited an asset that was owned by Lamco, the Liberia American Swedish mining company. And I think they came to Liberia in around 1959, and they were an exemplary company. I mean, they built a big concession agreement. I'm looking in the introduction here, and I hear The ArcelorMittal spokesperson is saying that they were building hand pumps, and some people saying this is the first time they have access to clean drinking water. Where I don't know how reliable that is, because under the era when Lamco ran, they built the city of Yikipa. There was pipe-borne water for thousands of homes, 24 hours electricity, school facilities, recreational facilities, in as much as they were contributing significantly to the national budget. But they built a modern city in Yekepa. Let's take a little bit look at some of the images from that period. So, those are a few of the images from the Yekepa before the war. And I wouldn't place all the blame on ArcelorMittal anyway, because during the period of the war, even though no war weapons were used to destroy Yekepa, but the entire assets in Yekepa were scraped by the youths, vagrant youth who didn't have work to do, especially between 2002 and 2005, when the war has moved on towards Monrovia. I mean, young rebel fighters literally tear down electric wires to sell across the border to Guinea, take aluminum sheets from on top of homes, take away commodes. There is a joke about commodes, right? Because people were taking commodes out of houses that were unoccupied in Yekipa, a Guinean investor came over to the border and set up a shop just to buy commodes. His thinking was that sometime soon this war is going to end, and the stockpile of commode, whatever 1,000 commode he has, he will have the opportunity of reselling them to the company that will take over. Lamco will come back and then he will sell his commode. It's a long story, but they you know that the war never ended so quickly. The war will run into the 2000s, and most of those commodes left in Guinea, and they were turned to different purpose, which I wouldn't talk about now, but read that in my book that's going to come up soon. But okay, we've seen ArcelorMittal's beautiful story about the vision of the company and what they're going to do for Liberia, and then we've seen those images of some of what Yikipai used to look like. But the sentiment about ArcelorMittal is informed by the way you see the concession in Bikano and Yikipa. Most of the concession has not been renovated. ArcelorMittal literally took what she needed to use and fix them, even some in a makeshift way, just so she mines her iron ore and export it. So a team of government officials, current government officials, among them the representatives from Nima County, one of whom is the Vice President select for Ambassador Joseph Boakai, Jeremiah Kuhn, visited the concession and they produced a video. Let's look at what they saw and what they were saying.
This is Yekipa. Why? See Yekipa?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so we're right here in Yekipa. This is Yekipa, Nema County. This is ArcelorMittal operational area. The Nema Legislative Caucus have just entered, and so it's a whole team. So the county administration is, and the Nema Legislative Caucus, they are currently on a tour. Here comes Senator Jeremiah Banko on the camera, and you see Honorable Roger Thomas, District number 7, District number 4, Representative Honorable Gopukagon, and of course we like to say thanks for joining us in Yekipa, Nema County. So can you imagine? Their own operational area. See this? So here we are, and I'm here.
That way we get down quiet.
This is Representative Prince O.S. Tupa.
I just need renovation. You need it. And you got pre-fabricated houses they use for people. Just look at this and see. Compare this with this.
Kevin, welcome.
Let me get all of that. So this used to be the workshop. Like I said, I was growing here, so I know the terrain. This used to be the workshop. This workshop used to be the biggest workshop in West Africa. And this place, as you can see it, ArcelorMittal took over. We know why they can't get it ready here. We got containers and things here. And these are some of the things. So we wish that you can do some of the pictorial evidence here so that we can have them. Yeah. So yeah, just look at them and so then we can go look at it and then we can look at it. You can see the building.
Can you imagine? Instead of ArcelorMittal even renovating this place, this was the place that Lanco was using. Birds now live into this place. Can you imagine? Instead of them renovating this to have a better structure here, they instead build different thing. You see that? Build different thing. It's saying 40 feet continuum. Instead of them building something sound or something better. instead of building something better. Yekepa. This is Yekepa. And Cllr Metal is operating this place, folks. That's why when our brothers keep complaining, you know, sometimes if you can't come here, you won't really know. I'm just sorry for those of you who are actually watching by the television. You see these spots you see here? The sea continuous you see here were also placed on this post. All right? This is the place some of the workers are even living. Build it for staff to live here. Staff living here. You see how disgraceful this place. And Cllr Metal Liberia, if you check on the internet and just check for Cllr Metal Liberia, you will see what I'm talking about. You see the place? Cllr Metal Liberia been here for over 10 to 15 years. Now they signed another new agreement with the Liberian government, 25 years. The first 25-year contract they signed, you see this place? You have your better judgment. You know what we're talking about here. Cool. You see here? This is the workshop for Cllr Metal. You see it? You can better see. You can better see. You see it? And they have security manning these things. Securities here taking care of this stuff while the grass have grown and overtaken this place. You see? You see?
This is the.
You already been captured. See that?
This is the biggest workshop in West Africa. Up to present, still hold that record. The Cllr Metal cannot fit this workshop. They don't know what they can fit in Yekepa. And so it's good you do the video so that we can share with our colleagues out there, those that will be making the decision, the 105 person in the legislature that will be making the decision, so that they can have access to it. Some of these things the president will not come here, so the president don't know what is happening here. And that's why we are here as a government, we should help one another. And so when we do some of these things, we care tomorrow, we'll share with the president, let him see, so that the extension of what's going on, we can do it better in the interest of our people. If you can have this workshop that is already done, Lanco building is still, everything still intact. Only to renovate it. Cllr Metal been here like 15 years now, they can't do it. So I don't know what Cllr Metal can do.
Pretty soon you will be debating this new resolution, this new agreement has been signed in a total of $800 million dollars. What will you be putting forth before your colleagues?
These are things we want our friends to see, and that's why we brought you, so Liberia can see. When Lamco was here, if you came here, you will know that company is here. With Cllr Metal here, see what is here. And this is the biggest steel company in the world. So we can see for ourselves. And that's why we are taking to our friends. We'll share with them. And let's see and make the decision for the country.
Cllr Metal been in the country now for over 15 years. And the old mineral development agreement, the time allotted for it now is exhausted. Do we see it workable now to sign a new mineral development agreement?
So let's see all of these things that we sit on the table. We all have different views, but again, Cllr Metal is our partner. We want them to be in the country, but we equally don't want them to exploit us. We want them to give the share of the country what the country deserves. Okay. If Lango was here working, and Lango built this place was a foreign, Lango King cleared this place and built it. The structure is still here. Just to fix it, you can see Cllr Metal brought containers. I think you saw the container out there. And so what we're doing here today is to do a pictorial documentary. Because some of our colleagues in the legislature, they've never been here before. So maybe when we are arguing and discussing, they wouldn't understand what we're talking about. So with these video and pictures we are doing now, they will understand it, they will see it, and they will know what we're talking about so that we all can discuss in the interest of the country. All these things are meant for the interest of the country. That's all.
You guys been lawmakers for several years. Is this the first time some of you have decided to visit this site? Because
This is the
I'm
time-
coming, this company been here for over 10 years. Why only today you are flagging this issue?
Because when the NDA was signed in 2005, it was we just came from war. And it was transitional legislature at the time. The first time we went to election was 2006. By that time, we already had a contract. And so as a country, when you sign a contract, you must be responsible to that contract. So we can't come in today and want to cancel the contract. But equally so, there's a clause in that contract that says we can renegotiate. There's the time, and that's why we are discussing all of these things. The time is here today.
And generally, this is why we want all of you to see what is going on. Because this is the time to look at the contract and see how we can review it. Now, in doing that, we have come to do fact-finding as to whether what is being embedded into the contract, ArcelorMittal has done either 90 to 95%. But as you can see, to our utmost surprise, there are a lot of things needs to be done. So just as the senator said, they are here for us and we are for them. So looking at this kind of a thing, I think we will have now the saying to sit on the table and have command over all of those things to say, look, these things have not been done. I think you need to do it before we move forward. So this day is a good day for all of us because it's an eye-opener for all Liberians. Like he said, there's 100 some more lawmakers, they will be looking at it. Some of them don't know. So if they sit there and they say they want to see to it that they review the contract, some of them will just say, yes, we agree. But looking at the situation on the ground, if they don't know and we carry it to them, I think they will be able to support the argument.
Okay.
So, Honorable Glikia, what is your impression so far on this trip?
My impression, obviously wouldn't be a good one because of what we're seeing, what everybody's seeing. But like the senator said, all the questions you asked, not everybody had the opportunity at the time to review this contract. Our predecessor never had the opportunity, but the fact now that we have the opportunity to review some of those missteps, I think should be corrected. Our citizens went to jail, and some of you know that. Some of our citizens went to jail in the past when the contract was signed. What are some of the things for which they went to jail for? Have the things been addressed? So those are things for me I think we should be looking at. Our citizens have come out now with a lot of petition. So there's a need to listen to our citizens. There are people that we work for, and equally so, we must listen to them what they want must be achieved. So it is an opportunity for every one of us, even Liberians, those who are from Nima County, who have seen how the company work in other countries, bring forth your ideas that will help us to achieve what we want as a country. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, John. So we go to the next location.
So this is the place we're talking about. So this is Nemadina TV.
So folks, this is the facility.
Really want that to be a parking lot, the garage, the big garage.
So thank you so much for watching Nemadina TV.
You can't sleep.
They were back another was sleeping building.
So folks, my name is Jan Flomo Junior. We're here in Yekepa, Nema County. Thank you so much for watching Nemadina TV.
There's no mountain too great. Hear these words and have faith.
Well, that team did a complete tour of the Yekepa area where we don't have enough time to cover their visit to the community centers, the residences. But the fact of the matter is that ArcelorMittal has taken over the facility, but they use the things that they need. Sadly, our expectation is that they're going to fix Yekepa so that it'd be like what Lamco had it to, but apparently they don't have a legal commitment to do so. In fact, because they're mining in Togadi, which is some 5 or 6 or 10 miles from Yekepa, from the old mines, they did not even renovate the railroad into Yucapa. So the railroad starts from Togadi and goes to Buchanan. About this time, we should be jumping into the main show, but I would like us to delve a little more into this issue about ArcelorMittal a couple of minutes, and we wouldn't miss anything in the main show. As I said earlier today, we're going to be talking about Charlyne Brumskine's nomination as the Vice Standard bearer for the CPP to pair with Alexander Cummings. Who is Charlyne? What does she bring to the ticket in terms of votes gathering, the bias of vote, and what is the level of her readiness to be president of Liberia if she's serving as vice president? So we will get to that in a short few minutes, but let's continue this discussion about ArcelorMittal a little bit. And right now, there is an issue inside Liberia in the Buchanan area about ArcelorMittal that concerns citizens' protests for a decision that ArcelorMittal has made. So I'd like us to run that and hear from some of the citizens. Then we'll have a discussion about what the issues really are.
Hello?
I'd like to give credit to LB Online TV for the footage